And in the end, Rafa Varane winning the throw-in for Real Madrid. Nervous moments there for Dani Carvajal.
Well, they wanted it
was a foul.
I think it maybe was a foul, Frank. Seeing the replay, Paulinho certainly felt it was.
Looked like, yeah.
But then again, if the referee's allowing some context, it could be good for the game. Who knows? We'll see. Meanwhile, it's Carvajal.
He keeps a high tempo of the game, so he's good. He's good for the game.
Leo Messi lays it off for Suarez. Suarez miscues that and the flag up for offside. Referee has a little word with Luis Suarez and he wants another word with the Uruguayan. I think this is going to be a warning, but he's insisting that play is stopped while he has words with Luis Suarez, who is not at all happy. And let's have a look. Well, I think he's correct to be unhappy. I think he beats the offside trap there by a whisker. Varane picks out Marcelo, lovely control from the Brazilian. Back to Toni Kroos. Kroos to Modric in a big space there. He gets away from Rakitic. Finds Ronaldo, a little touch back from Marcelo, and you saw Kroos' run there. Problems for Piqué. Benzema with the interception, but there's a foul. Free kick is played in favour of Barcelona. Home fans not too happy with that one.
Barcelona has more problem with the pressure than Madrid right now. And they were lucky that the pass went through to Kroos, because then he was one against Castelli.
Vermaelen picking out Jordi Alba. Alba to Paulinho. First time from Busquets to Vermaelen. Alba once more. Iniesta offers the option. Iniesta to Busquets. Busquets does so well to find Rakitic, gets the return ball. Well, we talked about his football intelligence before the game, and it's like saying, come and take the ball off me.
Yeah, he's a different player, Busquets. You know, the thing is that in football there are two ways of the speed. The speed that you go the physical speed when you are quick, and the second one is the way you think.
Yeah.
And I believe this play is a different play. He thinks different. He thinks quicker than anybody. And even when the ball is just transferred, he's already thinking what he's gonna do. So that makes him, a special player.
Dani Carvajal plays it back to Kovacic. He gets the return ball from Casemiro, finds Luka Modric. Modric to Carvajal, first time ball to Kovacic, who holds off Busquets. Back to Modric once more. Well, all the players in a space of, 15 yards really?
Yeah, so when, the midfield is really crowded, and, they're introducing four midfielders. He's trying to outrun, the Barcelona.
Marcelo does brilliantly to find Kroos. Kroos in the box. Ronaldo miscues it, and it's Iniesta there to put the ball out of touch, and he's in problems there. He was caught, and he stays down, and he wants attention from the bench. And Iniesta seriously in trouble. Also in trouble there, Cristiano Ronaldo. That was almost a penalty. He was practically on the penalty spot, and it's a total air shot. And the challenge there. Let's have a look.
It's a miss shot there with his left.
Completely misses the ball, and it's Carvajal who follows through, and Iniesta is in trouble here. The Barcelona medical staff off the bench giving treatment to the man from the Mancha.
Well, it was the second time that Kroos made a run behind the Barca defense, and the first was direct.
Well, Duncan McMath, we can see there Zinedine Zidane chatting to Dani Carvajal. What was the reaction of Ernesto Valverde to see Iniesta there writhing in agony on the ground?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Valverde's right on the edge of his technical area as well. He'll be extremely worried. It's a really nasty challenge. It's only, it's not been given as a foul. It's going to be a corner for Real Madrid. Iniesta now hobbling off the pitch with the club's doctor. There's not going to be a substitution yet there. Valverde, I'm watching him now. He's shrieking across the pitch. He's trying to speak to the doctor to see what should happen here.
Kroos takes the corner. Gerard Piqué wins it in the air. Heads clear. Falls back to Toni Kroos. who picks out Dani Carvajal. Iniesta, it seems to be. Duncan is trotting back and looking to get back on the pitch.
Yeah, he's just run in front of me now. He looks absolutely fine, actually. He's not even hobbling too much, so I think he'll be okay.
Meanwhile, the danger continues for Barcelona. Jordi Alba with the headed clearance, only as far as Luka Modric. Brings the ball under control, turns and finds Carvajal. Carvajal's crossed to the far post, headed down, and this time the whistle goes for a push in the area, free kick to Football Club Barcelona. I just want to say, with all the rivalry in this ground, when Andres Iniesta hobbled off, the Bernabeu applauded him. Hats off to the fans of Real Madrid this afternoon for that gesture. It's a free kick to be taken by Ter Stegen.
Iniesta is a very appreciated player in all the fields in Spain after his goal in the World Cup.
Obviously, but in a game as tense as this, that shows offside again. The flag stays down. No, there it goes up. And once again, Ter Stegen sending the ball long, deep into the Real Madrid half. There's no playing the ball out from the back for Barca in these opening 12, nearly 13 minutes.
Yeah, and the key factor for that is because Barcelona cannot find Busquets in clear areas because Kovacic is over him all the time.
Yeah.
That's the strategy from Zidane. That worked in the Super Cup, and it's working right now in the first 10 minutes, 12 minutes.
Leo Messi on the ball for Barcelona. Plays it back to Ivan Rakitic, who's dropped in between the two centre-backs. Here's Thomas Vermaelen. Jordi Alba, Carvajal quickly blocking his way. Busquets back to Rakitic again. Rakitic finds Paulinho. He turns away from Casemiro. His second touch a bit heavy. The ball comes to Marcelo. He looks at Ronaldo, making a break down the left, brings it under control superbly well. But his pass towards Kroos intercepted by Rakitic. Rakitic finds Paulinho. Sergio Roberto made a run, and that will be a throw-in to Real Madrid. Marcelo wants to take it quickly. Gets the ball back from Casemiro. Casemiro to Rafa Varane. Now Carvajal. Modric making a break. That's an intelligent ball. Ter Stegen, the keeper sweeper, quick off his line to see that. And not every keeper would have had the nerve to go out and anticipate that ball.
Ter Stegen is in unbelievable form this year. I think he's right. There are so many good goalkeepers this season, not only in Spain but also abroad, like in England. But Ter Stegen, for me, he's having an amazing season.
Well, Luis Suarez chased that one in vain. He's cutting a very lonely figure up front is Luis Suarez. Leo Messi dropping back amongst this hugely populated midfield. Meanwhile, it's Carvajal. He finds Casemiro. Casemiro to Toni Kroos. Here's Ronaldo. Marcelo outside him.
Good ball.
Good ball back to Ronaldo. Into the area, lays it off for Benzema. He gets it out from under his feet. He can't make the pass. It's played out quickly to Leo Messi, and Marcelo very quick to close him down. It'll be a throw-in to Football Club Barcelona. And the first groans there from the home fans towards Benzema, I think, as he failed to latch on with that one from Cristiano Ronaldo. Is Messi. That's brilliantly defended by Ramos. The ball comes to Iniesta, fully recovered now. Leo Messi.
Well, I think it's the first time we see Barcelona, the whole side, in the position halfway. Plenty in there, look.
Andres Iniesta floats one over the top towards Messi, just overhit. 15 minutes gone in the Bernabeu. It's Real Madrid 0, Football Club Barcelona 0. Barcelona withstood Madrid's initial pressure. That would have been surely Valverde's first task for the players. Hold on to the initial onslaught, don't go behind quickly.
Yeah, definitely, because they knew that the pressure was going to be really high, and especially when they saw the lineup, of course, with Kovacic included, they knew even more that the pressure was going to be double on Busquets, So, as I said, the key role right now of Kovacic is trying to stop Busquets from playing and crowding the midfield to try to outrun, Barcelona midfielders.
It's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a long possession from Madrid. It's not going very far. Foul from Busquets on Ronaldo. Free kick to Real Madrid.
And the good thing that Real Madrid are doing as well is finding the spaces behind the Barcelona fullbacks. It can be with our fullbacks, you know, with Carvajal and Marcelo, or it can be with diagonals from Kroos and Modric that are doing. So that's the space that Real Madrid are finding. The spaces behind.
Looking for Casemiro, one in the air by Vermaelen. The home fans unhappy that was allowed to go. Rakitic gets away from Marcelo. Doesn't have too much support. He's got Messi to his right. Here's Messi. Suarez. Sergio Roberto makes a run. So too does Paulinho. Waiting there, Varane to clear. Trent's on the break now for Real Madrid. Cruz finding Casemiro. Casemiro turning away from Busquets. Cruz, Benzema and Ronaldo waiting. Here's Benzema. His first time touch intercepted by Gerard Piqué. Busquets on the ball, leaves it for Iniesta. Fully recovered. Fortunately, here's Rakitic. Now Paulinho. Messi. Barcelona, to my mind, Frank, starting to look a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, but still the danger is, I think, when they lose the ball or when Madrid has the ball, what Mitchell already said, the midfielders who, you know, are really penetrating, you know, behind the defense. Suddenly you saw Casemiro as a striker, so they really are focused on the midfielders who make runs behind the defense of Barcelona.
Thomas Vermaelen taking a yellow card for the team there. It was a loose ball from Sergio Busquets, picked up by Modric, who was through quick as a flash, and Vermaelen thinking, I'm going to take the yellow card there, I've got to stop him,
Yeah, it's a professional foul, I call it.
Yeah.
But it's yellow and it's quite early in the game.
So it is.
It was needed because the break was really quick from Modric.
And it's not like Busquets to give a loose pass like that and quickly latched onto by Luka Modric. It'll be Toni Kroos to take the resulting free kick for Real Madrid. Kroos weighing up the options. Marcelo in a bit of space down the left. Carvajal two down the right. He puts it through the middle. Easily dealt with by Busquets. Paulinho pulls down. Free kick to Barcelona. Duncan, well, you can see Zinedine Zidane making gestures out to the pitch, but he must be fairly happy with the way things have gone so far.
I think that's an understatement, Simon. I think he'll be absolutely delighted because his plan's absolutely working. Both Micho and Frank have commented about the midfield, and Kovacic is being absolutely key there. It's him in the middle of midfield that's freeing up Toni Kroos and Luka Modric. We're seeing Kroos on the Real Madrid left getting quite a lot of space in behind the fullbacks. Modric the same on the Real Madrid right, and certainly Zidane, so far his plan working.
He's very aware of Dani Carvajal. I think Alba's going to get there first, trying to bring it under control. This is a real battle between these two. Alba comes out on top, and it's played out quickly by Mark ter Stegen. Flicked on by Iniesta, but under pressure from Luka Modric, he couldn't really control that one. Valverde, you can see also very, very tense in the technical area.
He was very animated, Simon, earlier about that challenge.
Luka Modric, he falls Ronaldo. Not a good first touch from Ronaldo. And his eventual cross blocked by Sergio Roberto finding just Paulinho, and there were hands-on heads in the Bernabeu as Ronaldo's first touch let him down there.
Yeah, it was a very good opportunity. When his first control was good, he had two options, or to lay it back to Marcelo or shoot himself. Yeah, now it took too much time.
Well, Alba's ball came off Carvajal, but Varane had to rush back to beat Suarez to it. It will be a throw-in to Football Club Barcelona. Suarez is absolutely isolated up front for Football Club Barcelona. He leaves this one for Jordi Alba.
Yeah, when we were analyzing Barcelona, we can say that maybe the Barcelona system is not helping Luis Suarez a little bit, because obviously Messi is wandering around, and the only one to support a little bit Suarez is Paulinho. He's the only one just a little bit closer to him.
Well, there's a lovely combination on the edge of the box between Paulinho, Messi and Iniesta, but Toni Kroos won it. It comes to Kovacic. Busquets managing to close the corridor for him there. It's played back to Sergio Ramos. Ramos to Luka Modric. Modric with all the time in the world. Spreads it wide to Marcelo. He brings it under control. Making a run outside. Toni Kroos spotted brilliantly by Marcelo, and that's Gerard Piqué at his elegant best.
Fantastic defending of Piqué. He let his man loose and just covered the space behind the two defenders. So
reading the game really
brilliant.
Look, there's no way they can play from the back.
No, we're going to see him send it long once again for sure.
The game plan from Zidane is working. You know, what he wanted is just taking the ball off Barcelona, and it's happening. And Barcelona off the ball are not really comfortable.
There's a rather loose one from Casemiro. Important for Suarez. He gets a touchdown, and Leo Messi. Casemiro was there to quickly put him under pressure. He finds Paulinho. Messi in the box. Messi can't bring it under control, but it will be the first corner of the game to Football Club Barcelona, won by Leo Messi. Well, we're halfway through the first half and it's 0-0, and if it's true that Zinedine Zidane's game plan is working, it's also true that it's still 0-0. In comes the corner, flicked away by Cristiano Ronaldo. Rakitic will keep the ball in play and does. Toni Kroos tries to block him. Rakitic gets away from the German, flicks it into Suarez. Benzema heads clear only as far as Busquets. And that will be Jordi Alba's for Barcelona to start again. Just, I think, slowly getting a little bit more into this game, Football Club Barcelona. But certainly Real Madrid have had one or two very good openings, haven't they?
It's very difficult to keep that pressure for for a long time.
Yeah,
of course, because the demands physically is too much. So will come a time where Barcelona will have the ball a little bit more, and Real Madrid will have to drop back a little bit to save some energy.
Jordi Alba playing the ball back to Thomas Vermaelen. Now Busquets. Vermaelen again on a yellow card, remember. Plays it back to Marc-Andre ter Stegen.
Yeah, you see again, 1 against 1 the whole pitch.
Yeah, it's always Modric over Iniesta. The fullbacks, pushing forward and taking on.
This is dangerous. Messi through the middle for Suarez. You can see Suarez isn't 100% physically though. He was kind of loping towards that ball. Never really got off the mark in terms of pace there, but a very quick through ball from Leo Messi to set him through.
Good covering from Carvajal.
Yeah.
That's a nice flick from Kovacic to Toni Kroos. Kroos quick to pick out Dani Carvajal. He finds Kovacic again, back to Luka Modric. Modric to Toni Kroos. Cristiano Ronaldo. Kroos. Looking for Carvajal again. Under pressure from Alba. He just shakes that pressure off, does Carvajal. Finds Modric. Modric to Kovacic. There's room and time here. Kovacic with a cross, easily dealt with by Thomas Vermaelen. That'll be another corner. That was a poor attempt though.
But again, you see, the running of the midfielders, they have a lot of problems with it, behind the defense.
Behind the fullbacks, especially.
Yeah.
Not the space is always, for our midfielders. And Kovacic, Kroos, and Modric are doing really well, making those runs in behind.
Toni Kroos to take the corner. Headed clear by Gerard Piqué. The whistle's gone. And it's Barcelona's ball. Frustrating for the fans. Just about on the penalty spot for Marc-Andre ter Stegen. He tempted to play it short. Duncan, I don't think we've seen him play. That's the first time we've seen him play the ball short.
Yeah, it's so difficult for him. As you've been commentating, every single Barca player covered. There's no one that isn't being marked, so once again he's been forced to lump it upfield.
That's exactly what he does, looking for Suarez. And Rafa Varane getting the better of Luis Suarez on that occasion. Here's Dani Carvajal. I don't think Keylor Navas, on the other hand, has had to lump it upfield on even one occasion, has he?
No, because Messi is not the kind of player who does that. When he's very close to a player, he's doing pressure, but for the rest, the other team has to solve that problem.
Ronaldo putting the ball into the box, saw it perhaps just a little bit late there. Karim Benzema. Busquets finding Sergio Roberto. Toni Kroos trying to close him down and succeeding. Here's Gerard Piqué. Turns away from Ronaldo. The Bernabeu, Gerard Piqué. No surprises there. Marcelo does brilliantly under pressure to lay that one off to Ramos. Ramos under pressure, plays it back. It was a loose one. Keylor Navas very quick to see it. It'll be a throw to Barcelona. It's gone into a strange couple of minutes, the game at the moment, with no one really having the initiative and one or two unforced errors, we'd say.
Well, on a technical point of view, it's a fantastic game. If you see, it's really Madrid who has the control, because they take the pressure on Barcelona, because they know they want to build up from behind. And I think always you have to do pressure on Barcelona, because if you let them play, you're going to be with your back in your own box. So yeah, this is much better, and you see what the result is right now.
That was a great run from Kovacic. He laid it off to Marcelo, whose cross was headed clear. Marcelo gets another opportunity. Piqué clear once more. Modric getting to that one ahead of Paulinho. Toni Kroos getting ahead of Rakitic. Modric with a high kick. It's going to be a free kick. Modric stays down. Let's see what the referee thinks about that one. He's gone across to have a look. Iniesta helping Modric to his feet. No further punishment involved, but the boot is raised very, very high indeed.
Well, there is an individual battle in all the parts of the pitch, and right now, so far, all the battles are won by Real Madrid players.
Suarez laying that one off to Paulinho. He's closed down by Ramos. Ramos makes the gesture. Get up, get up. The referee blows the whistle and gives a foul against the Real Madrid captain.
Simon, just to pick up on a point that Michel Salgado has just made, you really get the feeling at the moment Real Madrid just want this a little bit more than Barca. They're winning every 50-50. We just saw Luka Modric beat Paulinho in the air to a header. That should not be happening, but at the moment, Madrid are doing it, and they're beating Barca to everything.
Good point, Duncan. It's played quickly to Rakitic. He gets it back from Sergi Roberto. Being pressured by Toni Kroos, he finds Busquets. Busquets picking up Messi, tries to turn away from Kovacic. It's a good challenge from Kovacic. Messi somehow finds Sergi Roberto. Back to Ivan Rakitic now. Square to Gerard Piqué. Piqué through the middle. Suarez finds Sergi Roberto. Everybody except Ter Stegen in the Real Madrid half, and that's the first all game. Floated through the middle, Paulinho! So close, and I think Navas got a touch, did he? In that case, that's an astonishing save from the Costa Rican, and Barca's best opportunity of the first half so far. It fell to Paulinho, and this is a moment of magic. Paulinho timing the run. Messi sees it, and it's a fantastic
This is what we talked about before the game, with Messi, with this kind of quality. He gives, with such a sensitive feet, he gives that ball, and it's unbelievable.
Rakitic with the resulting corner. Oh, it comes to Piqué, loose ball. Carvajal losing out to Piqué, bring it back. Here's Marcelo, chance on the break for Real Madrid. Marcelo can't get away from Jordi Alba. He finds Casemiro, now Kroos. Barcelona have just about got back into position. Kovacic. I'll tell you what, that was a world-class piece of goalkeeping by Keylor Navas.
Yeah, and we were talking about the rumors of, bringing another goalie. And every performance from Keylor Navas is better and better. So we can say that he can handle the pressure in a really good way.
But the ball that Messi put in for Paulinho, it's seeing the pass, it's visualising the pass, and then it's being able to pull it off, isn't it? Meanwhile, Marcelo finding Cristiano Ronaldo, driving at Sergi Roberto.
Now.
Oh, across the face of the goal. And the crowd on his feet, it's a marvellous stop there from Mark Ter Stegen.
Punch in the air, Simon, as he made that save right in front of me. I was at the perfect angle. You could see him punch in the air as he saw it go past the far post.
Brilliant stop.
That's a handball stop.
And there's that gesture Duncan McMath's talking about. Well, this has really heated up over the last few minutes. Toni Kroos with the corner. And it was Ronaldo, dropped a little bit back towards the penalty spot. Got a touch to it. Unable to really direct it or get too much power behind his header. But all of a sudden, this game looking alive and looking as though with 15 minutes to go, 14 before the half-time break, something has got to give. Modric, Iniesta getting there ahead of it, Iniesta taking off Carvajal. The fans claiming for a handball, the linesman on move, nothing there, no, Duncan?
No, I don't think so. No one interested on the... none of the officials interested for sure.
Ter Stegen plays the ball out of his own area.
This is good.
Took a ball to Paulinho, brings it under control. But Ramos's pressure was just enough. Suarez fighting to win it back. Here's Iniesta. Fancy footwork from him. Finds Suarez. All the way back to Vermaelen. Square to Piqué. Vermaelen telling Piqué to play it wide to Sergi Roberto. Instead, it's Jordi Alba on the ball. It's a real duel, Alba Carvajal.
Yes.
We were talking about it before the game.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
Sergi Roberto now. Marcelo goes in to try and frustrate him. That's a good ball to Rakitic, who's onside. And brilliantly dealt with by Cruz. Back to Keylor Navas, under pressure from Suarez. Calmly and collectedly, he finds Rafael Varane. Varane looking for Benzema. Benzema battling with Vermaelen, wins the throw-in. Apart from the yellow card, which we agreed he had to take, Vermaelen's looking very solid.
Looking solid, yeah. So far.
Carvajal with the throw. Kovacic making a run, trying to get away from Rakitic. And instead, it's given straight to Rakitic. Messi on the ball. Now Joao Piqué. Bursting forward, Piqué. First time Suarez back to Sergi Roberto. Messi wants it. Messi gets it. And Benzema was quick to see that. Ronaldo, a little back healer. Just couldn't quite find a way to break through there, but Modric over the top for Ronaldo. Ronaldo's onside, Benzema's in the middle! And that will be the linesman and the referee looking at each other and deciding it's a goal kick. Well, that's the first time Benzema's really been a threat in the 6-yard box there. The linesman and the ref didn't want the responsibility for that decision. Modric's ball over the top.
But again, another ball in behind Jordi Alba, and he's causing a lot of damage, you know, for Barcelona defense.
I think it came off Benzema.
He got it right.
Absolutely spot on.
It's a good call.
The only problem is the ref looked at the linesman looked at the ref. Nobody wanted to take the decision.
And normally they take away the defensive decision.
But on this case, we've seen the replay, they got it right. There's that Keylor Navas stop. That is quality. But the pass through from Leo Messi, absolutely tele-directed.
And the finishing first touch as well.
And Casemiro quick to take the ball off Messi's feet. Messi doesn't look too happy with that. Carvajal finds Cristiano Ronaldo. Back to Luka Modric. It's a very, very impressive performance from Real Madrid in these opening 35 minutes. Cruz to Marcelo. Marcelo cutting inside Sergi Roberto. Twists and turns. Finds Toni Kroos. Casemiro loses possession. Suarez bursting through the middle. I'm not sure if bursting is the word. He's struggling physically. He can't sprint. He can't seem to get the sprint going. And finally, the poor touch lets him down. Gerard Piqué with the interception. Busquets with his knee, picked up by Ronaldo. Ronaldo's work ethic is very impressive today, Mitchell.
Yeah, you know, it's a special game, and as we said before, when you need Ronaldo in this kind of games, you know, you got Ronaldo, the best Ronaldo.
Here's Marcelo, lovely control. Feeds it through to Toni Kroos. His attempt to a first-time ball back to Ronaldo, just about intercepted or deflected by Busquets. Kovacic. Marcelo making a run. Kovacic feeds it. Lovely control by Marcelo. Gets into the box. I think he lost his balance there, and the referee thinks so too. Here's Busquets. A dink over the top towards Iniesta. Iniesta trying to get away from Carvajal. Supported by Alba. Lovely back healer to Iniesta, who just ran out of gas, I think, there, and couldn't quite make the pass pay. But there was danger there for Real Madrid. Jordi Alba once more. Duncan, we can see Zinedine Zidane shouting at his players from the technical area. He won't be quite so happy now, I suppose, as after 15 minutes. Is that right?
I don't think so. I think he'll be very happy. They've basically limited Football Club Barcelona to one chance, which was just a magnificent piece of play from Messi and Paulinho. Other than that, I think Barca have been pretty flat. They haven't been too dangerous with the ball at all.
Sergio Roberto with a cross. It's not a good one. Marcelo's in trouble. He sprinted back to stop that one reaching its intended target, which is Sergio Roberto. Took a knock and he's going to need treatment. Duncan.
Yeah, it's right at the other end of the pitch, so I haven't got a great view of it, but certainly Marcelo goes down under the challenge.
Yes, it's head to it.
Yeah, I thought so.
And Kovacic comes across to get a well-deserved drink of water. It looks to me as though Marcelo is going to be able to continue without too many problems. And Zinedine Zidane, Duncan, having words with Kovacic.
Yeah, he'll be delighted with the way Kovacic is playing, just breaking up the Barca play whenever he can. But we've seen him floating all over the pitch as well, making good runs down the left-hand side. So he's certainly not sitting in between the centre-backs. He's been on the ball an awful lot so far.
Rafa Varane for Real Madrid. 7 minutes to go before the break. Ramos finding Marcelo fully recovered. There's one for Kovacic to chase. And getting across quickly, Thomas Vermaelen. He did well then. Picks himself up rather groggily. It's a throw in to Football Club Barcelona. Busquets to Sergio Roberto. And being harried, he turns away from Marcelo. Brilliantly there does Sergio Roberto. Picks out Iniesta. This is better from Barcelona. Jordi Alba with a bit of space. Paulinho arriving to the edge of the box as is swatted. Messi lays it off for Iniesta. Iniesta gets away there from Luka Modric. In the box, a back healer from Alba to Messi. Messi still gets the cross in. Paulinho with a header. And what a save from Keylor Navas once again. He was wrong-footed. Pushed it away. That's the second opportunity for Barca, and once again it's Leo Messi involved in the thick of things.
No, this one was not so difficult.
Well,
but it's going the wrong way, surely, first.
It was the first time that we saw the real Barcelona.
Yeah, Jordi Alba's looking confident, and if you give Iniesta and Messi, well, at the tiniest bit of space, they will make you pay for it. Rakitic with the resulting corner. It's headed clear. Iniesta getting to it first. He finds Messi. Messi holding on under intense pressure from Kovacic.
Just wrong.
Unbelievable skills and determination from Messi. Suarez gets away from Marcelo. And it's cleared by Casemiro. Ronaldo brings the ball under control. Marcelo quick to find Benzema. He's got to release it. Here's Ronaldo. Only Sergio Roberto and Iniesta back. Plays it back for Benzema. Couldn't get the ball out from under his feet. Finally it comes to Luka Modric. Dani Carvajal. Carvajal's cross from the far post. Brilliant defending by Gerard Piqué. Brilliant defending. The ball's still in play with Marcelo. Gets away from Sergi Busquets. He plays it back to Cruz. Cruz to Carvajal. Carvajal's cross. Blocked by Vermaelen, falls to Carvajal again. Modric with the shot, dragged wide.
That's a game.
You're enjoying it, guys. You're enjoying it.
But it was fantastic defending of Piqué, because he was just jumping in the air just to try to block the shot like a volleyball player.
And look at the Barca defence. Piqué's down. I'm not sure if that's Jordi Alba perhaps who's down. They look like survivors from the Second World War. Duncan, can you see anything from where you are?
Yeah, Jordi Alba down right in front of me, just winded. He was being helped by Andres Iniesta, got the wind knocked out of him in that challenge, but he's back on his feet and he's going to be able to continue, no question about it.
What about Gerard Piqué, who seems to be struggling too, or is that just getting his breath back?
He was just getting his breath back. Okay. He's now all right, ready to receive the ball on the edge of the area.
Brilliant defence, as you said, Frank, there from Piqué.
Definitely, he's the key player in there. But the good thing is the last 5 minutes we saw the best of the strengths of Barcelona's strengths and Remedi's strengths.
Absolutely.
Barcelona put Remedy on pressure for 2 or 3 minutes, and then suddenly Remedy playing the break, and nearly they were really close to score.
Here's Toni Kroos. Feeds it to Marcelo. Marcelo trying to Sergio Roberto. Little step over, but Sergio Roberto takes it off him. Paulinho on the ball. Stops, looks up. Sergio Roberto calling for it. Finally getting it, but a bit too late. Ramos with brilliant anticipation. Little dink over the top to Marcelo. Marcelo driving the cross, and there's Benzema! Flicked off the edge of the post. That was Real Madrid. Quick on the break.
Firmino was not good defending of Firmino. He was really ball watching. You know, just how great the cross was, and he was standing still. Here you can see it really. You know, he's now only watching the ball. He's waiting, and yeah, an attacker always, you know, attacks the ball, and yeah, he has to attack also the ball. So. Great header.
It was. You've got to say, you've got to feel sorry for Karim Benzema. He so needs a goal, and that's the second time on the trot he's hit the post. He hit the post against Sevilla last time out. The goal has to come, Mitchell.
Well, that was simple and great football, you know. But again,
here's Carvajal, gets into the box, plays it square. There's no time to comment in the middle.
No, there's no time to comment.
Carvajal going there firmly, wins the throw for Real Madrid. Just under 2 minutes to go. Iniesta taken off him by Kovacic, who's been excellent in this first half.
Yeah, he's also recovering a lot.
Ramos to Marcelo. Benzema. Intercepted by Sergio Roberto. Risky there.
That was risky, eh? Be careful.
Still Sergio Roberto. And that wasn't a good one. And Cristiano Ronaldo returning from an offside position.
But the game is frantic.
Wow.
Yeah, but every time,
it's called a Classico. Yeah.
Every time there is so much space behind the last line of Barcelona.
And Remedy know it.
Yeah.
Remedy know it.
Gerard Piqué.
But the same, Barcelona is the same, but the fullbacks are not that high up the pitch like Madrid does.
Busquets picks out Ivan Rakitic. Sergio Roberto. Back to Rakitic. Gerard Piqué. Busquets to Iniesta. Thomas Vermaelen. Paulinho. Jordi Alba. Busquets to Suarez. Lays it off to Messi. Messi goes down. Play on, says the referee. Clean challenge from Kovacic. Sent over the top. Ter Stegen waiting and gets the ball out quickly to Sergio Roberto. We're inside the final minute of this half. Duncan, do we expect any added time?
I don't think so. It's been so frantic. I can't believe that 44 minutes has gone already. When you said that, I had to look at the clock myself. I just can't believe that we've nearly had a half of football.
Iniesta getting away brilliantly there from Luka Modric. Jordi Alba, Messi.
Working with him. Look.
Messi to Sergio Roberto.
Normally 1 minute, I think.
Yeah, I think so. With the injury to Marcelo to Iniesta. And there's a loose one. Free kick for the challenge by Marcelo and Leo Messi, who gets up quickly.
That's about timing.
Yeah. A 1 minute added. Is that correct, Duncan?
Yeah, 1 more minute. 1 extra minute.
Well, it's a free kick to Football Club Barcelona. Marcelo bringing Leo Messi down. Is there any doubt about who's going to take this one, Mitchell?
Definitely Messi.
He probably fancies it from here.
It's a long distance, but you know,
it's not a bad long
Messi,
distance, is it? For
Messi is used to, you know, to a freaking like that, and he can do it, of course. It's very special. It's not bad for him. It's not about this.
No, it's not too bad.
I think normally it's too far, but with a good goalkeeper, it's quite hard. You know, he's middle of the goal.
If you got a genius in there, you never know.
No.
It's an inviting angle for the left foot, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Leo Messi steps up. There's 3 in the wall. It's straight into the wall. Hits the head of Casemiro, and the first half will end with a throw in to Barcelona. There's the whistle. The players true.